and welcome to Beautiful Beginnings. How are you all? Have you had a good day? Have you been tuning in to Crafters TV all day? I hope you have. For those of you that have, you know we've had the most remarkable day. We've had some amazing sales throughout the last couple of shows. We had a masterclass in all things paint fusion. You can see the stamps in front of me. There's still a few left, so if you did want them, you can still grab them. It is Beautiful Beginnings. It's that time where we just take a step back and relax into a little bit of crafting, showing you some new things. And what I love about tonight's show, and I will introduce the lady herself in a minute, is we're getting this lady to do her interpretation of Beautiful Beginnings, which will come to you most Wednesdays. And I love that because it's amalgamation of Crafter's Companion and Sheena, and I think that's amazing to do that. Now we've got Susie is running a bit late, I believe, but she will be. I know I've outed her. Terrible, aren't I? But she will be in soon. I did just have a message to say Rachel. So Rachel's on at the moment, but then our Susie will be taking over. So hi, Rachel. Mary Beth is in saying hi to everyone. Marcella's in saying hi. Jeffrey's already in saying hi, and Beth is in this afternoon as well. Oh, Susie's just on the HSN. Of course she is. So we're just waiting till she comes over. You've probably all been watching Sara and Craig do their HSN. Those of you in the US anyway. Now I've mentioned her, and I just want to say what an amazing day I've had today. Watching this lady craft has been an absolute joy, and I am in absolute awe of her talent. And if I could just get a little finger point of what she does, I will be happy with that. So this amazing lady is a very good friend of mine, and I've had a wonderful day with her. So welcome, Sheena Douglas. Sheena, hello.
Hey Debbie.
It's been a great day.
It's been a really fun day.
Yes.
We've had laughs, we've done loads of crafting. We've
Loads.
packed it in, haven't we?
Absolutely. I think we've worn
still
you out,
going on.
haven't we? We've
Sorry?
worn you out. Worn you out with all that crafting.
Absolutely. I've got nothing. I am a shell. I've got nothing. That's it. Beautiful Beginnings.
That's
It's
it.
gone. It's finished. Ending. The end. The end. Bye.
The end.
Great.
Well, I absolutely know that's not true,
It's not
because
true.
I know that Sheena is going to put her take with her paint fusion on some of the things that we've got on Beautiful Beginnings. Now, the first thing I want to show you is something that's amazing. It was one of those things that we had never done before. We've done Create A Cards and we've done colouring before, but we never put them together. And I love this set because what we've done here is put that set together of a Colourable Create A Card. Now, these are the best ever price that we've ever done. They are absolutely stunning. You can see on here, I'm going to show you the boards, but they are just really cute and lovely to colour. Really nice to do the die cutting. You don't have to cut them out if you don't want to. I love this one, which is our special bouquet. You get that vase, cutting it out. All the stamps are moving there, but absolutely stunning one. We've then got our Celebrate Your Day, another beautiful one. I think this one would be really good if you've got anything coming up for the coronation. Great one to send out invites and stuff. I think you'll just get that one in before the amazing coronation. You've got your beautiful florals here, which is your sweet roses. I absolutely love that one. And you can see you're getting that really nice large die. You're also getting an outside cutting edge in here that you can see, and you're getting all these sentiments. Two of the sentiments will cut out as well. But what I love about this is you can just stamp the stamp if you want to, or you can cut it out and you've got that shape, but you can cut it into your cardstock as well. So think about all the different concept cards that you can be doing and how amazing they're going to be. We've got our Dragonfly Dreams. Another gorgeous design there. If you love your dragonflies, you're going to love those ones. Our boards are getting all very unstuck there. And then we've got our birds. I love this one, Thinking of You, which has got those beautiful birds on the front. Again, you're getting that inside cutting edge and that outside cutting edge, plus those sentiments and the dies to go with them. And then our last one here is our beautiful butterfly. And I think you'll agree it is absolutely beautiful. Platinum price, £40 or $48. Right, we're going to head to the website because they have got some amazing deals on there. Now we've got a deal on here that's giving you 20% off, and they're bundle deals, which means you bundle what you want together. So what you need to do is go into the section where it says get 20% off. It means you can pick anything from all these ranges that are on the website, which are amazing. So you can click anything on there, go onto that, add, is it 3 things to your basket, Johnny? So you click onto 3 things onto your, oh, we've got sellouts on there. So where you can see the red crosses, that means we've had a sellout. Well, not red crosses, red baskets, red trolleys. You can see we've had little sellouts there, but these are amazing. So you can pick anything across this site here and pick 3 things, and you'll get an additional 20% off. I think that's really good. All you need to type in at the checkout is BYB20, and you will get that 20% added to your basket. Even things that are already maybe on offer, which is amazing. 3 of the pocket binders. Wow, 3 of those, 20% off. Yes, please. That would be amazing. I absolutely love that idea. So lots of discounts on there that you can do and that are amazing. Thank you for joining us today. We've got Denise in saying, hello, Sheena and Debbie. 2 hours left before your vacation. No, it's not. Oh, Denise, I've still got to come back and do Saturday, Sunday and Monday, but then I am off before my vacation. Just in case I didn't tell anyone, I'm going on holiday.
Please.
Have I told? I've told.
Oh, sorry, yes, brilliant. I'm really pleased for you because I haven't heard anything about it. You need to tell us more.
I think Ben's been talking to Sheena.
Thanks for that.
Anyway, I am going on holiday. It's going to be amazing and I can't wait. But yes, I still have a few more days, still here till Monday. So I've got a couple of days off, 3 more days, and then I'll be gone. Susie's in with us now. Welcome, Susie. She's been over on HSN, so she's joining us tonight on social. So get your comments in or get your questions in because Sheena's in the building. So ask her a question if you want to. Denise is saying that busy YouTube day for creating Crafter's Companion. Just finished watching Sara and Craig and then the 2 earlier shows. Faye is in from Virginia. Mary Pat is in saying good morning. It's a jam-packed CC morning. It absolutely is. And Susie's saying, oh my God, Deb, are you going on holiday? Where are you going? The Far East? That's amazing. Yes, Susie, did I tell you I'm going on holiday?
More holiday questions.
Yeah. I know, just get your holiday questions in. Let me know if you've been to Singapore or Bali or Vietnam or...
Do I sound bitter?
Yeah. Not at all, not at all. I can't wait. I am super excited. So if you want to join me at the weekend, I mean, it might just be holiday talk. So who knows? Who knows? Johnny's saying, oh gosh, he's not even going to be here for the weekend. He's in on Monday. Oh, we're in on my last day. I'm going to be so excited. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Going to be amazing. It's all right though. Jan's in on Monday. She will keep me calm as anything. So it'll be fine. So we'll just watch Jan and I'll just get super excited about everything. Right, anyway, no more holiday talk. You want to see all about the paint fusion and what Sheena's got in store for us. So let's head over to that side of the studio and see what Sheena's got.
Yeah, cheers, Debbie. Yeah, bless her. Yeah, I don't know if she mentioned, but she's going on holiday. So, So what I thought we'd do with a little bit of colouring with the, I love these tricolour markers.
They're nice,
they are
aren't
fab
they?
Because for portability, I'm liking that.
Yes.
You know, what? You got all these colours in 3 pens.
I know.
It's genius.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I also thought we would use the Dragonfly Dreams on the Create A Colorable card. With just the stamps, because I love stamps. You've seen the die cutting option, which is genius, loving that. That it cuts into the card, all in one.
Absolutely.
But I thought my time's best used to do a bit of colouring, don't you think?
Do you know what, Sheena? And I love the fact that you've got an option with these now. So if you're a die cutter, you can then bring your stamping into it. If you're a stamper, you can bring die cutting.
I
if
love
you
it.
just want a stamp, you can do that.
Absolutely. Both
Amazing.
them together or separately, great. So that's what I've done. I'm prepared. I am ready. I'm ready to spring, like a poised thing. So what I've got is that, you know what, this is fabulous. You know, back in the day we had, and this is good because of Beautiful Beginnings, if you've just joined the stamping journey, you may not know that those of us who've been around the stamping block for quite a while used to have to use a wooden block, a wooden bit of wood with a rubber stamp stuck to it. They cost a lot of money for each one, way more than you get one for the cost of this. And then what, they're more difficult to store, and if you got it wrong, you didn't get a chance to do it again. But now we've got the clear stamps, we've got the positioner, fabulous, love it. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of card, almost DL size, and I've got the stamp already positioned where I wanted it, and then I just picked it up onto my platform, doing the little spring action. That's so cool. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to ink it up, and I'm going to ink it up using the waterproof dye in Flagstone. I think it'll look prettier to not black, sometimes a little bit harsh, I find. Don't you, Debbie?
I love the Flagstone.
I probably should have repositioned this so I could get in a bit easier, but you know what? In fact, that's probably off the card as well, to be honest. So I'm inking the bit I don't need to even ink. And I'm going to pop that back in there, do me little, making sure it's registered, and then go ahead and stamp that. So we're going to literally using it a completely different fashion, but that should work nicely. Yeah, there we go. And the good thing about this is if you think that you've got a little bit missing, we can pop it back, pick it up again. That little bit that we didn't get, that's great. I'm happy with that. Oh, one little bit of the leaf here. Hang on, third time lucky, third time's a charm. And then, there you go. Fabulous, which is why we love that repositionable thing, the stamp platform. So now I'm going to move my magnets because I need them to be out of the way, and we're going to do one at the bottom. So we're going to kind of like mirror it. So we've got one coming down that way. This little guy is going to be flying up more towards that direction there. Nice. I think we're going to pop him there. So again, we'll pop that back on to there. Get it around the right way. And then we're going to ink that up, and then we're ready to colour. So
I love that idea, putting it top and bottom of the card.
it's nice, isn't it? It's just a little,
nice.
Yeah, just again, it's using it just in a different way because you can, because they're really lovely stamps, and there's lots of open area that are going to show the colour really nicely, Debbie. I think that's really cool. And then we'll do that here, and then we're ready to have a bit of a play with the old markers. So perfect. We go. Oh, I did a little smudge there. We'll not talk about that. Right. There, it's foolproof, but not me-proof. Seriously?
Have you used our platform before?
Well, I've used it a couple of times, and I think it's fabulous. But what I should have done is clean the stamp, and I didn't. Just for speed, but that's it. That's the only thing to do there. So what we're going to do now is we'll have a bit of a colouring, I think. So we're going to pop them to one side. And the set, I think it just spoke to me, it's just absolutely gorgeous, is this great outdoors. Like me, great outdoors person, not. Seriously, if I'm, like we go camping. Well, yeah, we've got a camper van, but no, so we had like a VW type camper van. And then realised, like, hang on, there is such luxury as like having a fixed bed, and then also a little like bathroom inside a van. So yeah, we quickly moved on to a little bit bigger, and now we have this other one. But yeah, it's like comfort level. You know, it's only I'm not Bear Grylls. Yeah, I'm not going to go that far. So what I've got is I've got these markers. Now we can use them direct to the paper, or we can use them like watercolours, and that's what I love. So you can use them literally from the pen, or like scribble them on a background and use them like a watercolour, which is what I probably am going to do. So if we take the darker colour, for example, and do a little bit of a scribble here, use your round brush, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at shading. So I'm using this darker green, and I'm looking at going around the outside of these little leaves here to make them look a little bit contoured. Now, the thing is with any water-based product, I love water-based colouring products because they go so far, they're so forgiving, and the same techniques work with all of them. So as you can see there, we've got a nice little watercolory kind of effect there. Yeah. I'm going to continue with that, Debbie, to just go around and create a shaded, darker area. And we can use like both techniques. We can use this as a watercolour kind of effect with the using the pen. So you're basically using a dark colour, but because we're adding water and it's basically a watercolour medium, we can create tones of it by just adding water for a light and dark shade, because that's what watercolour is. That's how you watercolour. You literally just add more or less water. So we'll drag that over there like that, and we've got the leaves already coloured. Even though we've got 3 greens in here, once you do this, you may find that you don't actually need to add another another green to it.
Yeah.
Once you've released that colour there, we've actually filled in that area and it looks really pretty without adding any of the other colours. So we're going to continue with that there. Any questions? If you're new to watercolour colouring or anything like that, just shout up because now is the time. This is perfect. I'm trying to think. Things that are really important when you're doing this is you need a good card. You need a good heavy weight card because obviously it's water, the clues are there and the card can buckle if you have a lightweight card. So this is great. The watercolour card, obviously the clues are there, meant for watercolour painting, but this is the general purpose one, which is fabulous. And I've been using this, you know, constantly and it works a treat. So just carrying on like that. The brushes I'm using are the Royal and Langnickel brushes. They're just, it's like fabulous brushes, tricky name. So I just normally call them the R&Ls because it sounds way cooler that way. And you don't have to try and say that because...
I always think if you say it posh...
Royal and Langnickel.
Royal and Langnickel.
Well, they sound like they should be because, you know, they're royal.
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah.
Perhaps we should send some to the future king. Well, he is the king, isn't he? He's not the future king.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Well, yeah, that's it. And with a Geordie accent, you feel like I shouldn't be doing it with a Geordie accent, should I? I should be a bit posher for that then.
Well,
really.
yes, yeah. As Johnny said, though, I mean, he's probably a platinum member, you know. He's him and Camilla.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, definitely. The nights crafting in the palace, as you do.
Oh, I think
Sitting
they're
around
always...
I'm just going to wipe this up here because I need to, well, you see why I'm doing it this way as well, by using just a tiny little bit of colouring product. You're using hardly anything. By using the darkest version in there, let's use the pink. Let's colour this pretty flower here. Now, I'm going to use the darker one again, and we're going to water it down because we can.
So you wouldn't have seen these pens, Sheena. These are new to you as well,
Oh,
aren't they?
you know what? This is the thing. Like, I was there with the concept of, you know, the water reactive ink pads.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, yep, seen them, loving them. But coming back, it's like, what? And I'm still discovering, you're showing me things. I'm going, what? I didn't know that was there now. I'm getting all kind of excited. They're all on my shopping list, Debbie. All these things that I need to, you know, have in my life now.
Absolutely.
And essentials, you know, things that are like definitely you're going to use time and time again. So I'm using that there and I'm just blending this out like this, just again, in a watercolory kind of fashion mode like this. And if it's not blending, just add a little bit of water, pick up a little bit more and give it a little bit of a blend like that. And we've got now like a more kind of like painterly kind of look about them. And if you do wet into wet, which is what I've just done now, you'll find that the ink kind of just wicks from one colour to the next, and it'll give it again a more watercolour kind of look. We still want that little bit there to be coloured, but we want it a bit paler. So can you see how even just that one darker paint gives it all that tone and shade by just
beautiful.
Varying the amount of water and where you put it. And we're going to do the same for this one here. So we'll use the darker just in the centre, like that. Now I'm not worried about hitting those little dots there, Debbie. I think we'll just make those kind of coloured.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just colour them in. And continuing, we've got a petal here. So again, it just depends on how much water you want to add to make a lighter tone of that one colour. So we'll pop that there, and then we'll pop them there. And so you can see how now we've got those colours just now blending. So if you want them to blend in and they're not blending as much as you kind of necessarily want them, adopt that wet into wet technique and that'll work a treat for you. So we've got the little flowers blended there. We've got the leaves blended, and I'm going to look at maybe colouring these. So those little stems on the leaf there, I may go to one of the other pens and just do this because actually that's probably more accurate to do it with that than with the brush. So you've got the best of both worlds, haven't you? You've got the watercolory bit where you need to, but you've got precision as well by just using a lighter pressure with this to fill in these little the stems on the foliage. which is what we're doing. Like
And that's
that.
lovely because it actually gives that really dark shade to the inside of the leaves, doesn't it?
It really does. It blends them. It gives them some contouring without having to. You've got all those colours of greens if you want, and you can mix and match and switch around the pens, but you don't have to, because with the water, you've there, Debbie, it's sorted. If you want to change the tone of these, you could always, if you want to warm them up a little bit, use that more yellowy green, and you can put a wash over them and give it a little bit of a highlight. Can you see?
Yeah, that's
It's
amazing.
just there. So you can blend on the card once you've popped the colour on there. So we've given that a really more of a spring kind of green colour
That's
there.
really elevated it. I mean, it looked lovely before, and then you add that little extra colour, and it just elevates it even more.
It does. It just makes it pop, doesn't it? So
Yeah,
all that
absolutely.
colour and all that shading, and you know, we'll do a little bit of shadow work, a little bit of dropped shadow on there, and have a little bit of a play with that. I'm gonna have a little think about the colour of the. Actually, I've missed a little bit of a stem there for the for this. I'm gonna colour that there like that there as well, and that's where we can come back and colour those little dots in the centre of the flowers. But once they're dry, if we try and paint that now, the paint's already wet, so it's going to wick one colour into the other. So that needs to just have the fibres flatten, let it dry, and then we'll have a little bit more precision application with that. And I'm going to tidy this up, and then we'll come back and do the dragonfly.
Amazing.
Okay.
So if you want to be making dragonflies like that, we will see Sheena's finish that demo. We'll just have a quick recap on these, which is your boards. These are beautiful. So you've got your beautiful butterfly. We've also got our thinking of you there, and we've got our, turn that one round, dragonfly dreams. Then our sweet roses, celebrate your day, and then our last one, which is special bouquet, which is absolutely stunning. Now we do have some aqua pens on there, so we do have tricolours, so have a look on the website for those. The ones that Sheena are using, they are on there, but we've also got some aqua pens as well. So if you wanted more ink in one pen, these are the ones for you. Now we've got our essential set. You're getting 30, wow, look at that, 35% saving. Platinum price £52 or $76, which is amazing. So in that set, you're getting your 12 pack of essentials, you're getting your primary 12 pack, you're getting your 12 pack with your florals, and you're also getting your nature with your 12 pens as well. The aqua pens have a dual nib, so they have a brush nib and a bullet point nib as well. So these are amazing if you want to do some illustration as well. Okay, so we're going to head back to Sheena and finish that demo.
Right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to colour the dragonfly in, but we're going to use these strong colours from the tri-blend. And I know we've got all those other fabulous colours we can use, but I thought by using the strong colours but making them more pastel, it was a little bit more interesting. So we'll use this fabulous teal colour for the majority of the wings. So if I use this and water it down and just drag it over like this, we've got a really nice kind of, you know, because you want all these colours reflected, but not too strong, Debbie.
Yeah.
Just some hint of colour, and we can pop in a little bit wet into wet in these little sections as we go. In fact, let's just go across there like that and let them just blend in. Can you see the way it's just wicking in? And you've got a little
absolutely.
bit of
So Sheena,
shading.
just for anyone that doesn't know what a wet into wet technique is, what does that mean?
It means that we've wet the card.
Yeah.
It's a traditional watercolour technique. So you wet the card and then you drop wet paint into the wet background. And it's a way that watercolours get a really soft, loose, kind of ethereal kind of blend. You know, when you get that nice loose look of water, it looks very watercolory.
Yes.
And it's a way, and technically watercolours only go to where there's wet paint. So can you see this hasn't wicked into the other areas?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't any wet paint. It'll only move where you wet the paint. But if I wet this bit here or this bit here now, it's likely to bleed that colour into that. It doesn't matter because I'm probably going to do that anyway. I'm going to use one colour blend into the other.
Yeah.
But if you want more precision to start with, just use, see, so hardly any colour, more water. So we're wetting all that area there, avoiding the rest of it, but then we're picking up stronger colour and we're going into with the tip of the brush into the base of this wing and then along those little lines, just so that it creates kind of like a little kind of division there. It kind of emphasises those little cells, as it were, of
It's
colour.
like it's spreading itself,
Yeah,
isn't
it does, and
by
then it just does
itself.
its own thing, and you just watch it, and it becomes lacy. The more wet the card, the more it's going to spread and wick and do its own kind of colouring in for you.
Amazing.
So it's less for you to have to worry about. Let's do this bottom bit on the wing, same kind of deal with this colour scheme. So that pale, washed out version of that gorgeous teal colour, which is very dark teal, but when we use it like this,
Yeah.
it's much more, it's much paler and more delicate, which is why we want that variation from the dark to the light. So again, just drop that colour in there, and then drop it just a little bit in there, and there like that. So we're just going around, and I'm not worried. I want it to look lacy and a bit frilly, you know, from one to the other, because that's why we did the wet into wet. Can you see the way it's kind of gone a little bit
incredible.
kind of, yeah, and that's exactly what I want to happen. But you've obviously got to do that while the card's still wet, and be brave enough to put enough water on that first wash so that it does encourage the paint to move across like that. So we've got the main base colours there. We'll do the same with the green. So if we use some green, really pale in this area here, and then we'll add the darker green into that area to then add a little bit of contouring. So we'll pop a little bit of this darker, see the same colour, but just drop it in so that it's more of a stronger concentration.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
we can see that
let
really
it
clearly.
just do its own kind of spreading around there. So same thing, a wash over the whole area with the light. So that's basically the technique. So wash over the whole area, then pick up, and I've only scribbled these pens once. So all this colour, it's what you're using even less of the colour than we would had we used them directly from the pen, because we're using it in a watercolour kind of fashion. And I will just add a little bit more of that green out now, but when you scribble, don't scribble on top of a wet area, because you don't want that water to get into the nib of your pen.
Oh, good tip.
Yeah. So we'll use the lighter area here. Pop that on there.
It's looking so pretty.
It's just a nice technique, and it's a good thing that you can do as a beginner by just practicing with those things. So see how it works if you do paint them into like a wet colour, and how they because this is all things that watercolour artists use to their advantage for different effects, background effects and things. And then we can decide, we might put a little bit of this turquoisey colour into this little bit here, but maybe just kind of part kind of the way around like that, so it gives it a little bit more interest, maybe a little dot. So still using that same palette, and it's really good to not use every single colour. So by using the tri-blend and mixing the colours in, just a few colours together, you're going to be less likely to get jarring colours that clash, that won't work together. So we'll pop a little bit of this blue here, and then we'll maybe introduce a little bit of the pink, which should give you kind of like a purpley kind of pop of colour there. See, so it's gone from pink to more of a pretty purple.
Yep. That's so nice. And like you say, not much colour being laid down
Hardly
in the first
any.
place.
And that's fabulous, because it really is a frugal way of colouring in. It really does make your colours go a long way, and portable too, which is fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great way of keeping things tidy, because I'm not the tidiest of people. Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I'm really tidy.
I saw you tidying up before we started. It was like, wow, that's how it's done. I was really quite amazed. I thought, oh, look at you, look a bit like, domestic and everything.
I know, I'm terrible. I always, at the end, I sweep all my floor, wash all my counter down. Yeah, I'm very tidy.
Oh,
very
wow.
tidy crafter.
Yeah, actually, yes, me too. Yeah, I know how you, yeah.
I wish I wasn't, Sheena. I wish I could literally just make a mess and not worry about it.
Really?
Yeah, I would
but
love
you
to do
find
that.
when you're creating, it's like you have to make a mess. There's nothing you can do. It's like, I've tried to be neat when I'm crafting, but one thing leads to another, and then I go, oh, I'll get that out, and then, oh, I'll get that out, oh, and then I need this, and it's like, oh, by the time I've finished, everything's out. Yeah, really bad. So
I mean, it's hard, messy painting, like when you're using watercolours and paints, it's quite hard to not get messy, isn't it?
Well, I think so, yeah, absolutely. That's my defence, and I'm sticking to it for sure. Absolutely, Debbie. It's really hard not to do that. Oh, I've gone outside the Dragonfly. Oh, no. I went outside the lines, Debbie. Don't look.
Oh, dear. We won't look. We won't judge you, Sheena.
Yeah, the fact that I've got no inner monologue doesn't help, though, does it? It's like, yeah. Okay, if I said nothing, you might not have noticed.
I can hear them cheering through the iPad. Yay, Sheena made a mistake.
She's made a mistake. Oh, she's rubbish. So I'm going to pop a little bit of that dark green because I've noticed a leaf I've missed out as well, so we can pop that in. But what makes it interesting is just all colours, layering them up. So by putting that lighter colour over that darker green, it gives them a little bit more depth. Yeah?
Yes.
And you've got these gorgeous colours in this. They're so jewel-like. They're so pretty. So, you know, why not use them? Get them.
Absolutely.
We'll pop a little bit of, bring a little bit of that green, that warm tone just to warm up those dragonfly wings. What I would do now is we need to bring these little dots, make them a feature so it doesn't look like we've just missed them. But also, I think you could also create a kind of little shadow under there as well,
yeah.
with a kind of a greyish colour. Sometimes if you just mix everything together, you get a kind of greyish colour.
Yeah.
We've got a greyish colour. Let's use that.
Yeah.
Right? So mostly blue. Shadows are kind of mostly blue. But if you pop a little bit of purple and a little bit of the green in, we probably should be okay. So what you can do is create little drop shadows on your leaves. So for example, if you come outside and then paint around like that, underneath like the little stem bits and the stalks, sometimes you can give it the illusion that they're lifting up from the page.
Can we move you slightly to the right, Sheena, because then we can see it.
There you go. Yeah, that's
there
good.
We go.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
having
We
a
can see
great
that
time.
now.
Nobody knows it, but I'm having a lovely time. There you go. So just see the way I'm just adding a little bit of a shadow just underneath part of this image. And if you pull it away from the leaves, it looks sometimes like the leaves are lifted up.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
that one,
that's
see the way
great.
there, by not putting it right underneath. It's just, I'll lift it up for you to see a bit better in a minute. But just continuing like that. It's just little things like this, Debbie. It's just it's fun. If you've got a stamp, you can have a little bit of play with it, and then you can go, right, there's little tricks you can do just to make it a little bit different, a little bit more kind of arty. Tips and tricks that, you know, you might not use it all the time, but that's how you can make it look like it's got a little bit of a 3D dimension to it. So by just mirroring that wing, for example, so can you see how it's given it that more drama, as if it's popping out of the page a little bit?
Yeah, it's like three-dimensional now, isn't it?
By
It's
that,
amazing.
adding that shadow. Yeah, so that's what I would do, is I would repeat the other thing. Oh, I need to dot those little, I wonder if it's dry enough. We'll see. If this is not dry enough, you'll know, because if you pop that paint on here, it'll get like a feathery effect.
Right.
But if it does, I'll just say I've done it for your sake, just so you can see exactly, that's exactly what I was talking about. And you can see, we'll just dot those there, like that. Yeah, I think that looks all right. Oh, we missed a bit of pink on the flower. Bear with. A little bit, needs a little bit pink there. Right, that's okay. So that is just a little way how to colour in that dragonfly element. I'm not going to do the bottom because it's exactly the same as the top, and we can fill the time in colouring more things in. Okay, but that there is just how I would set about
Ah, that's
and then
amazing.
you can make a really pretty card like that if you make
look
it
at
more
that.
pastel colours.
Yep.
Little bit of ink around the outside. So basically just, obviously this one I wanted to show you more impactful, full-on colour with less, so just less water. That, just add more water and you're going to get more of a pastel effect.
That's absolutely beautiful. I love that effect. That's really nice stamping it top and bottom. I think sometimes when we have a Create a Card die with a stamped element, we tend to forget that we can use the stamps in other ways. And that's what Beautiful Beginnings is all about. And that's why Sheena's in the building, because she can show us her different take on those, which is amazing. If you wanted to get those Colourable Create a Card dies, they're the best price we've had on them. £40 in your platinum price and $48, which is absolutely amazing, considering you're getting 25 stamps and 24 dies in there. So Stephanie is saying that she missed the prep on the Dragonfly. Has Sheena dampened the watercolour cardstock prior to the painting? Yes, that's what we were talking about, the wet on wet technique, wasn't it, Sheena?
It was. In fact, what I did was I used a very pale version of pale wash of whatever colour. So if I was using that dark teal, I would add a lot of water and put a pale teal wash on, then put the dark teal into that where I wanted it, like in the shadows and in the little creases and things.
Yeah, amazing. Vera is saying that is a beautiful card. It looks like the Dragonfly is just about to fly away. Absolutely, that grey around the edges really does make that 3D effect on there. Maeve is saying, wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Kathy is saying beautiful. Jane is saying, that's so pretty, Sheena. Karen is saying, I'm messy, but I have a good clean up after. Yeah, which is always good. I think if I get a bit messy, then I do a good clean up. As long as it's tidy when I start, yeah, absolutely. Someone, I can't got my name on there. Someone's asking about, saying that the shimmer ink pads on the wings would look amazing with a little shimmer on the wings. I think that was our Susie. But Susie also says that Sheena, you showed her last week 3 ink pads, 3 things to do with the ink pads, and it was amazing. She said she had to pick her jaw up from the desk. So yeah, we're learning so much. Christine's in, Christine Mahoney's in saying, Sheena, I love what you do with Crafters Companion products and do mixed media. You do a great job with their products. Thank you, Christine. That's amazing. And Mary is saying beautiful both ways, Sheena. Okay, we have a hero tool, which is amazing. This is just a 24-hour deal. Look at that price. It's absolutely incredible. £17.49, $13.99 platinum price. You know how good our tools are. They are amazing. You're getting a 3-pack of our low-tack tape. They all come with a dispenser. I think we're the only ones that do a low-tack tape like this with a dispenser, and you're getting 3 packs in there. You know how famous we are for our tape pen. Absolutely amazing. You're getting 22 foot of amazing high stick there, whatever you put that onto. We've also got a pack of our pokey tools, couldn't think of the name. We've also got our die brush, which is amazing. That comes with your cushion pad that you can put your either your dies onto or your paper or card that your paper bits are in. Use the brush on top of that. And then on top of that, we've got some extra brushes for when your tools run out. So when you're putting that over your die quite a lot, it might make your bristles go a little flat. You've got a replacement of 3 blades in there. We've also chucked in there some beautiful, you know us for our Centura Pearl. It's our, which one is this, Johnny? Is it a hint of silver? I should have known that. It looks like a hint of silver. You're getting a pack of 10 of that hint of silver of our Centura Pearl. That is a great set. If you know anybody that is maybe new to crafting or you want to give them the gift of crafting, this is a great starter kit, especially if they're die cutting. Absolutely love that one. Now, we're going to give you a chance to check out your baskets. We have an amazing club. I don't know if you've heard about it. I think it's the best club in the world. And I want you to have a look at this and you can learn all about it.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook. where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You all had time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
I love that video. Oh, Nicola there is just so funny. When we were filming that video, she jumped into the set like all this surprise. She must have done that about 50 times. I'm not kidding you. And she did it perfectly every single time. And I kept laughing, thinking, such a shame they keep making her do it when she's done it exactly the same every single time. I'm sure they did it on purpose to her. Welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a lovely day, whatever you're up to. Let us know. I mean, we'd love to know what you're up to. We'd love to know if you've done any paint fusion in the past or recently, or you've seen it, or it's the first time you've seen it, what you think about it, what you thought of Sheena's masterclass. I'd love to know, so send in those messages. Lots of people saying they're mesmerised, Sheena. Dolly is saying she's mesmerised by your painting. Lindsay's saying, wonderful demo, Sheena. I just love watching you and your magic. It brings the stamps to life. I totally agree, Lindsay. Wendy is saying, stunning. Thanks for the tips, Sheena. Mary Beth is saying, beautiful both ways, Sheena. So yes, she must mean the darker and the lighter one, which is amazing. And Lucille is saying, how do you clean the paintbrush from the acrylic paints? I keep rinsing mine, but the paint keeps coming through to the metal binding. Please help.
Right, really important. You've got, you hear me sound really, really important.
You sound very
Using the
serious
voice now,
then.
yeah,
Yeah,
really
serious
important.
moment.
Yeah. Don't let acrylic paint dry on your brush. If you do, there's nothing much you can do.
Right.
That's it. You've got it then a stick. That's it. Because what acrylic paint is, I explained this earlier, but we'll say it again because people might not know. But the paint I've just been using, like the paint in your tricolour, basically it's either a dye or a pigment. So these are dye-based and these are pigment-based. So that's where the colour comes from. Dyes are transparent, they're not solid. and they're bright and vibrant and gorgeous and lovely. The binder in these is like a binder that will break it down, which is what holds it together and makes it a paint kind of thing, or an ink. With acrylic paints, the binder, the stuff that holds the pigment together and makes it a paint, or it would just be like chalk, dust, is acrylic, and it's plastic.
Yes.
So when it dries, the good thing is, this is what makes it the perfect paint for decorative painting. It's thicker, it holds its shape more, it's gloopier, it's more opaque.
I love that name.
And
that
gloopier,
word,
like it's the technical jargon, isn't it?
I
know,
love it.
it's all long words.
Like me, I'm a bit gloopy.
Yeah, a bit gloopy. Yeah, gloopy. But it's also really tough, Debbie. So this is what we would use for painting your furniture. These paints aren't just for card and paper. They'll go onto your furniture, onto your upcycled, you know, your dressers, your chest of drawers, your picture frames, wall art, anything like that. You've obviously got to varnish them afterwards, but really do make sure you never leave paint sitting on your brush. And the other thing, never leave your brush sitting in your water container. It's like, oh, come on, I've got to clean them and I can't leave them in the water. Well, yes, leave them in the water for like a few minutes or until you finish that thing. That's better than letting the paint dry on them. But also, if you leave them on the water, what will happen is the ends kind of curl over a little bit.
Right.
And it's really important for Paint Fusion to keep your brushes nicely shaped. Now, these brushes I've been using all day and previous to the show. They will stain. You see that they're not like as clean, like there, that's brand new. Look, see?
Yeah.
That's clean, but it's stained. It's just the dye on them. It's just stained the bristles. But look at the shape. It's still pristine. It's when you look at it on the side, it's razor thin, that the shape of that brush. And that's really important to do this kind of work. You need the brushes to be nicely shaped. And if you don't put the paint right up into this bit here, because that's really hard to get out.
Right.
Long-winded. You wish you hadn't asked now, don't you?
No, not at all. I think that was a really good explanation. And actually, I think that was a good point with if it's gone to your metal, you've loaded your brush too much, probably, haven't you?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets really tricky to get into that little, they call it the ferrule bit. And the best way to do it is you've got to like get your nail into or something to get it clean. That's why artists are always covered in paint and stuff. But it's best to avoid that if you can. And at the price the brushes are today, I have to say, if you can get a couple and keep one for Paint Fusion and one for your general crafting, that's the ideal scenario, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Lucille, you're saying that the brush is white for a few moments and then the colour bleeds into it. But yes, you just wash them straight away. But don't worry about your paintbrush being dyed. It's not going to affect your painting. Like Sheena just showed you a new one, one that's already been dyed. It really won't make a difference to its performance. Just make sure you wash them and don't keep them in water. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you very much. Right now, we're going to go on to the Paint Fusion stamps. These stamps were hot off the press today. They are absolutely amazing. You were loving them. In fact, we were over 70% gone earlier. We're 80% gone now on these stamps. They're absolutely beautiful. You've got stamps in here that are daisies, poppies, the rose. We've got the lilac in there as well. There is so many different designs. If you haven't seen the shows before, so we did a 2 p.m. masterclass. We did Wake Up Call this morning. In all the demos, Sheena showed you different things. Go back and watch those shows because they were absolutely amazing. But if you want to purchase them today, they're £47.49 or £58.99. You're saving 15% on them. We're going to head to Sheena. She's going to show us some samples and show us what Paint Fusion is all about.
Fabulous. Well, I've made some samples. The first time we did Paint Fusion, first time around, I used crackle backgrounds and distressed colours and made them look really kind of like aged, you know, like you would if you were on furniture and things. But I love this look. It's a different look. This is clean and simple.
Yes.
And that's hand painted. So you can sign your little name on there and that's a hand painted card you're giving somebody.
Amazing.
All you've got underneath is, let me show you what makes that. I've got it right here. It's that little thing there, that little bunch of twiggy things. There, that little thing we're going to stamp in a very pale ink, then you paint over it and you would never know, and then you've got a bunch of lavender. So that is, and then I love this one. I think we might paint this one next. What do you think, Debbie?
Oh, I love that.
I love that one.
I think that's a very clever demo,
yeah,
that one.
it's so pretty, isn't it? So this again is what this looks like. This is Paint Fusion. What Paint Fusion is, it's my mashup of stamping and folk art. using acrylic paint. In the past, many, many centuries ago, all these techniques were there and around and people were doing this kind of thing, not with stamps, but they were using oil paints or enamel paints, but we're using acrylic paints, which are just water-based right now. So I'll explain that more when we start to play, but these are the kind of things, and I'm loving this look on these cards. I just think they just look so clean and
beautiful,
pretty, don't they? Just absolutely, completely, look how cool that is. Like, see, I just love that little bit of like border around there, and then we've got the berries like that there. See, fabulous. Just so simple, but it gives it a completely different look. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be painting some things like this, and we're going to start with, oh, and I've got to show you this last one here. Look at that for contemporary look. It really totally changes it up. So monochrome, but then over stamp. This is what fusion is. This is why it's different to just folk painting. You can stamp over the top and emboss to put the gold embellishment on top of the acrylic base. So it not only makes the acrylic painting, the folk art painting easier, it gives it another dimension by adding that extra embellishment on top as well if you want. Isn't it? I love that. That is so cool. Yeah, and my team are just amazing. You know, my team, I said, like, so, okay, I know loads of you are fusioneers, and do you fancy making some more samples? And they're fusioneers from the first time we launched these. So they basically have made all these samples for you, and so I have to thank them. The Inkoids, they're amazing. They're fantastic. So, yeah, I thought we would start with, when we come to paint, the Simply Sweet set, which is the one that was really the one I would recommend as the first set to have a try with, because the stamps really help you out a lot with this one. And there's really simple little painting techniques.
Yeah.
Shall we have a little play with that then? Right, so I've got some card here, some just the multi-purpose card. I have got, now it's important, we need to talk about setting things up and everything as well. You need somewhere to mix your paints. Now the mixed media palette has sold out,
it's gone, I'm
unfortunately.
afraid, yes. Keep an eye out, hopefully we'll get some more in soon.
But use non-stick craft mats, use something like that to mix your paints on. We need something to pop the stamps on. So I've got the rocker block, that's sorted. We're just going through a little shopping list of what we need, right?
Is your glass mat good enough for the
glass mat would be
paints?
great,
Yep.
but just keep it away
Perfect.
from your painting area. That'll be fine there,
Yep.
but make sure you keep this area clean, because if you're like me, I'll get it everywhere
Yep.
once there's paint out the thing. We've got your brushes we've talked about, the Royal, or have we? The Royal and Langnickel brushes. I should mention, this brush set did not exist until I put that brush set together many, many moons ago when we first launched Paint Fusion. And you've been using it, and Crafters Companion have been selling it many, many, many times over, because it's just such a great brush set for general crafting. But it's the perfect brush set for this technique. And it's so inexpensive. So it's a brilliant, brilliant buy, especially today. So they're the brushes that you're going to need to do this whole technique. So especially today at that price, definitely don't miss them. And as I said, if you can get more than one, that's even better. Now, the next thing that's a little bit different is, I mentioned about these little spray, the spritzers, the mini spritzers, and you get 4 in a pack, which is fabulous, because you can have 2 filled, carry them with you, put them in the 2, just wherever your craft kit is, these go with me. They go with me watercolouring kit, my little, if I want to do a little plein air painting outside with my beret and smock. But if it's just for general crafting and watercolouring, brilliant for that. Also, if you can go for this little, little fine tip glue applicator. I'm waiting until the camera there go, no, I'm off there. Yeah, look at that. Wait, whoa, wait. Making sure everybody's awake. It's great, you're doing great. So I've got these 2 containers here, and the idea is to dilute this with a little bit of glycerin. So basically, put water up to about not less than a centimetre from the top of this water, and then fill that top centimetre with glycerin, right? Glycerin, that's it. And give it a good shake, that's already there. And now the same with that one, fill it up to about there, no less than that, and then put the rest of glycerin in there. So it's a very dilute mix of glycerin. But that glycerin in there is going to thin down the paints a little bit, but also let them stay wet longer. It's going to make them workable for a longer time, because air is the enemy of acrylic paints. Once you've taken your acrylic paint out of the tube, you can't put it back in, and you can't re-wet it like you can watercolours, as we just said, dries plastic. So the longer you can keep that paint workable, the better, which is where every now and again, little spritz from this baby, fabulous, well, one of those spritz over your paint, brilliant. But when you're mixing them at the start, a little dropper from there, also brilliant. So all these things are just perfect. We didn't have these first time round, so I'm a bit excited. Right, what I'm super excited about before we haven't even started painting are the paints. Right, this set is fantastic. This set is, you got 20 colours, right? And it's Pebeo, so we know that it's top quality. The whole thing with Pebeo started because of Paint Fusion when we launched that many, many years ago, because the paint I wanted to use was a Pebeo acrylic paint. And they couldn't believe, they thought, what's happening? All these paints, we can't keep up with the production. Why is everybody buying these paints? And it was because Paint Fusion was hugely, phenomenally successful at that point. And those were the paints. So, but now we've got a different set. We've got a set of 20. And what they include is, as well as all these gorgeous opaque colours here, you've got these three as well, which are the special effect colours. See those three? You see the shine on them? Super, super shiny. They're called Dyna colours, and I've done loads of shows in the past using bigger tubes of Dyna colours, and they go so far, so you can get a completely different look with those. Let me show you quickly at the top here. That there, for example, was painted with those Dyna colours. Isn't that amazing? It's just such a cool effect, Debbie.
Can you mix the Dyna paints with the regular?
No.
Right.
But you can. I'll tell you why. Because this, as I mentioned, is pigment and it's a solid.
Yep.
Right? Dye's transparent. Pigment's always going to be a solid.
Yep.
So that shiny stuff needs a light to hit it to shine.
Yes.
So if you mix it in amongst lots of solids, you don't see the shine.
Right.
It just kind of covers it and coats it, and you don't see the shine.
Fabulous. 'Cause
But
I
what you
wouldn't
can
have
do,
known that.
Debbie, is go over the top and glaze over,
Right. So once
which
it's
we might give
dried,
it a try. Let's do that. We'll come back to that.
Yes.
That's what we can do.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. Yeah, brilliant. I like that.
And
Ideas
that's-
as we go.
Yeah, and that's a question that I've asked, but if you've got questions like that or you're not sure, please come and ask them, because I feel like it's like a clinic today that we can ask all our questions to Sheena that we might not know.
There you go. Fantastic. So what we're going to do before we do anything, we've got this stamp there. I'm just going to stamp this in a pale colour. If you want the colours, you could even use green, because the thing is, it's a bouquet. So if I wanted those lines to show up more, use a green, one of your water reactive ink pads. But in this case, I'm just using this really pale straw bale, just so that we can just show you, feature the painting rather than the stamp element. Right, so that's stamped out there. We're literally gonna paint over that, but it's given us form, it's given us shape, and it's given us something to work with, and that's what Paint Fusion's all about. So I need to get some colours, so we'll take a little bit of green. I'm not gonna put too much out at a time here, because I don't need a lot for this particular little demonstration for you here. So I'm gonna pop a little bit of green, a little bit of brown, because not only have you got those colours, but they all mix together too. So it's brilliant, it's perfect. And maybe a little bit of that mustardy yellow, which is actually yellow ochre, which is a kind of mustardy yellowy colour. And I'm going to take my brush that came, I didn't mention, you get a brush with these paints. Now this, don't even attempt to paint with this brush, other than what I'm going to show you now, because it's a thick hog's hair brush that you would use for thick, what they call impasto painting, like thick textured painting for wall art and things, and you're like ladling it on. For the style painting we're doing, you use the other ones for painting the brush strokes, but this is a great one for a stipply effect. Perfect for that. So I'm going to pick up some of this colour here, just the three of them, and I'm just going to pounce in the middle of this little arrangement here. I like that yellow ochre colour, just maybe a little bit lighter, like that, in the middle. And what I'm doing now is, you know, when you've got a display, an actual display, you've got all those filler foliage and things just to fill the centre of it. That there's given me a really nice base on which I'm going to paint the brush strokes now. So I need to just clean that off. And then we're going to move on to, you'll find that you're going to go through quite a bit of kitchen paper. So get the cheapest bargain kitchen paper you can, and definitely you'll be going through that. So next thing is we're going to take this smaller brush here, and I'm going to pop a little bit more of that green out, that green that we've just used. Actually, I'll pop it there. I can use a little bit more of that just there. And I'm going to take some white. Now, the other thing is, which is brilliant about this set, is I suggested we bundled it with the big white, because white, you'll find you go through white more than anything else. You'll go like about to the power of 10. One of these to, you go through 10 whites to the power of any other colour. That makes sense. So that's the one you're going to want to replace before anything else, because that's what makes it look really cool, is that light to dark when you're painting. Yeah. So we've got that. I'm going to pick up a little bit of brown, a little bit of green on this. So I'm kind of mixing it on the brush, and I'm just going to smoosh this in like that together, keeping the light colour on one side and the green colour on the other side, and just keep pushing the paint in, and make sure you always keep the light colour on one side and the dark colour on the other side, and all will be well, like that. So just continue like that, and then we're going to start painting little brush strokes like this. So just by, I didn't even mention the practice sheet. I'll go back to the practice sheet in a minute. So when you get this, you don't just get the stamps, you get a sheet that you paint on top of to learn how to make these pretty brush strokes, and you literally are painting over marks that I've already made previously for you. So that's how you practice before you come to do this bit. So you're already, know that how it's going, you've got the feel of it, you know that, oh yeah, that's how much I'm going to press down there, and this is where I'm going to put that there, and that's how that's going to work, which is a great way of, it's a confidence boost, if nothing else, because like kind of having a dry run, a test run before you get to do the real thing. So now I've got these leaves, I'm going to pop another one, maybe that one there, we'll make that one at the top there, and maybe there, and then we'll pop another one possibly in the middle. But you can see now we've got leaves, a bouquet type shape thing, but we've got some of the little frondy kind of bits that we need to put out there. This is us just setting the scene for the roses. This is the hardest bit of the whole thing. And it's so doable. This is so achievable, and yet it gets easier. So I'm going to use a little bit of white and a little bit of that green, mix that in, and we'll make a kind of a runnier kind of version of this to paint some little frondy bits in, like that should do. So these little bits here, I'm just going to use the thin brush. Whenever you're using that little, the smallest round brush, you need the paint to be more liquid, because you need the paint to go and last through the whole of the brush stroke. That makes sense, yeah? Yeah. And if it's thick and gloopy, it won't get there before you run out.
Of course, yeah.
So water it down a little bit, and then you can load it up a little bit more.
And the nice thing is, if you're going for the Royal and Langnickel brushes, you get a really nice thin brush in that as well.
You get, you know what, this is the thing, you could, Royal and Langnickel do loads of brush sets, and they do blister packs and things, but they don't have a set with these brushes in. So which is why I had to cherry pick and put this brush set together, because there wasn't one that existed that we could just pick off the shelf and go, yeah, we'll have that one. So that's really good. It's an excellent brush set. It's going to, that it stands you in good stead for your card making, but it's absolutely perfect for your paint fusion, because that's actually what it was put together for back in the day. So now we've got that there, we can pop a little bit of this brownie colour at the base. See, it's all tiny little bits of paint. There's no rush, you can take your time. I'm kind of speeding up here for you, but follow those little marks that you've made with that the stamp there. It doesn't even matter if you can see some of the stamp image still showing through. Because it kind of like it's all in the same colour family. So now we've got a really cool base, but we've got no flowers in there. We've got a great arrangement, good start, Sheena, but where are the florals? Right.
Where are the florals?
Where are the florals?
Do you know what's nice about this though? This is an all year round. If you want to put your Christmas roses on there, you can. You could. If you want spring flowers on there.
You can make them look like little poinsettias.
This set is amazing.
By just flicking up the little things and make poinsettia shape. It's all just experimenting, having a play. Because look at what we're going to do now. We're going to let's take this white, the end of the brush, and we'll put a splodge of white there, and one there. I don't want this to look too symmetrical. I want it to be a little bit, and already I'm going really symmetrical. Just as I said, don't want it, you know, don't want it to be like mirrored, you know.
Yes,
I want it balanced, but not mirrored, if that makes sense there. And we'll put one there. So we've got the start of flowers. That's where the flowers are going to go. I'm going to take the red and I'll pop that next to this white, just right next to it. So notice I'm loading the brush every time because I want the same kind of amount of paint on the brush every time I dot this. And now I'm going to just wipe that paint off the brush, and then this is the fun bit. You do that. You swirl it around and you get little
So clever, this
rosebuds.
technique. And so easy.
And it's so easy, it's so effective. It's such a pretty little thing, a technique. And it just works for little, you know, for little rosebud garlands, whatever. I think we need one more. I think I need one in the middle. So again, we'll pop one just there. Clean that, pick up a little bit of red, pop it there. Do a little swirl. If they're broken, that's great because it looks a little bit more authentic that way too. And then you've got your pretty little bouquet. And what looks really nice with that is if you use the gold pen. We'll let that dry, Debbie. I'll have a clean up and then we'll come up and use a little bit of that gold marker.
Oh yes, amazing. That is just incredible. Absolutely loads those stamps. So if you wanted to go for those stamps today, you can see that on our screens now. £47.49, platinum price £37.99, which is amazing. Now, if you want to be able to do all these sorts of techniques that Sheena's doing, Sheena handpicked these. I never knew this. So many years ago, when Sheena was with us with Crafters Companion, she went over to Marseille, was it?
Marseille, yeah, with Leanne,
and handpicked these brushes.
Actually, the brushes not, Debbie, the brushes aren't they're Royal and Langnickel. Those I just had to sit, you know, in an office and pick brushes.
And go through all the different
really,
brushes.
you know, come on. But Pebio, would you like to come to Marseille? They said to Leanne and I, we went, yeah, let's do that. And so that was where we went and picked up the gilded wax and things like that.
And actually, let's find out a little bit before the end of the show all about the Pebio brand and what that is, because that would be very interesting as well. So we know that it's a French brand. But you're getting 5 brushes in this collection, all the different sizes. And what's really great about these as well, each one of the brushes has a size on it. Each one of the Paint Fusion, so if I just take one off here, your Paint Fusion comes with a sheet to practice on, but it also tells you what size brush you need to go with it. So I just think they've been very cleverly thought out and quite ingenious, to be honest. Plus, you've got all that tuition from Sheena from doing the shows today, and there will be many more, I am sure, because it is such a fun and creative thing to do. You're all loving the Paint Fusion. Sorry, I did give you the price there, £7.99. You can see it on the screen. £6.39 if you're platinum. £1.27 a brush platinum price, which is quite amazing. Right, so we've got a few, yes, acrylic paints. These are amazing. Now, Sheena's been using these all day long, and the tubes have got tons of paint in them. 20ml, you're getting 20 tubes of the 20ml paints. 3 of those are those amazing Dino, I want to say Dino, is it Dino? Dino paints. Dynamic, I'm calling them. £30.50 and $41, which is amazing. 10% off of that. You're also getting your 100ml of white paint plus your brush inside there. That is a great paint set to have, and you've been buying loads of those. Now, you will see that we've got a little bit of a delayed dispatch. They're dispatching on the 29th of April, which is only next week, so that's not too bad at all. In fact, it's only 2 days before my holiday when it's dispatched, so that's not far away now. So don't know if I told you, Sheena.
Are you going on holiday?
I'm going on holiday.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
lovely.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. It's great to hear 500 times.
You gotta love her, haven't you? So that's your brushes. Right, we're going to head back over to Sheena here and drying her little designs there and see some extra bits on that amazing masterpiece that she's been doing. What you got?
I was too busy teasing you, Debbie, and I didn't get my pens out.
You were too busy thinking about holiday, weren't you?
That'll teach me. That may not be the one I'm looking for. I'll get there. Barry.
I love your bag of pens.
The
we really need
one.
to get you some Tiffany
bag of pens.
We need to get you some Tiffany storage, Sheena.
I know. Can you tell I'm building up? You know when you're moving to like a new place and it's like you've got a sofa and then a box and a like a tea chest or something, and and then you finally just add, I'm a bit of a show up, isn't it? Yeah.
I have a question though, because I was thinking when you were saying about Art Deco and painting onto walls and furniture, when you want to repaint or take it off, how do you take it off the walls or your
Probably
furniture?
just sand it, just like you would anything. Yeah, because it's pretty durable. Just sand it off like you would, and then start again. Yeah, all good. Right, so Debbie, I've now got my bag of pens and I'm good to go. So I love these. These gold pens are fabulous, but give them a shake every time you start. This is giving this look a completely new look, a different look. If we had these back in the day, I would have been absolutely using them, but we didn't, but we do now. And they're absolutely going to be used in this. So what I'm doing is I'm using this gold, the finest one. This is actually it's the 7mm, 0.7mm. And I'm just popping little bits of fronds in amongst these where I've put those others, and it's going to give it a gilded kind of, it looks very Victorian because of the style of the bouquet, and then the little gold, like gilded highlights on it. Just looks so vintage and retro. If I hold that up there now and you can see, look, can you see the little gold glimmer in amongst those little fronds? You can even put them around the roses if you want, or, make these little things, draw around these leaves, make them a little bit more prominent. But it's even better if you're not perfectly on top of the drawing, because it looks a little bit more like it's been gilded on top. The roses, if you want to make them look a little bit more prominent, you can. The thing is, it's knowing when to stop. Sometimes less is more, but sometimes you just want to give it a go and see what it looks like. So, which is why I'm doing it now for you, then you can see. So at any point, if you thought, yeah, I like that, nope, she's gone too far, you don't go that far. There you go. So now we've got that really pretty little effect there. Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
Which one are you using?
So we've got
I'm using the metallic paint markers.
I was trying to get their attention, and no, they were busy watching you. That's
it was
what
like,
it
give
was.
us a clue in the
there
corner
we
of
go.
the eye.
We've got the right one on. I
You
didn't
were
want
like-
you getting the wrong pens if you were looking at those ones. No, the metallic ones.
Paint markers. These are metallic paint markers.
Yes. And
Is
that's
that
what we
nice?
got on now. No, it wasn't Johnny. It wasn't Johnny. Johnny, don't tell me I was wrong. That is right now, yes. So the metallic markers, the complete collection 18-piece, which are our gold, bronze and silver.
Yes,
That
gold,
was that
bronze,
pen.
copper.
It was that pen.
gold.
Was that not that pen, Sheena?
Metallic paint marker. Metallic paint marker is what I'm using. Metallic paint marker. That was it, the very pen there. Metallic paint marker. Metallic paint marker. Metallic.
There's three.
I'm the rookie here. I'm
metallic markers.
metallic paint marker.
No,
That looks different to me. That looks different.
No, that's
well,
different.
I might
They're
just
not the ones
invented
with
a
the
set.
gauge.
These are not
They're what
the
you've
pens
got
you
on
are
now are
looking
the ones
for.
that are in the picture. The ones we had on before were the metallic markers, which were the ones before.
They're the ones that
Sorry,
come
we're
in a
trying
box.
Johnny's just convinced we're using the acrylic markers. No, we're
No,
not.
metallic
we are
paint
now. We are
markers.
next, but it's the...
Are you
It's
pleased
late
I'm
in the
back?
day, Johnny. It's late in
Yeah.
the day. The acrylic paint markers are the ones that we're just going to come and show you next, which are on the screen. So the ones that we've got on the screen next to me. These ones, that's the paint, that's the acrylic. The ones Sheena were using was the metallic ones.
Metallic paint. It's just a box of gold. No. Yeah. Spectrum. Yeah.
Not those ones.
Well,
it was the ones you showed
I
before.
might
The
have been.
18 pack, the other ones. Oh, metallic. It's not those ones either.
No.
It's not them either.
No.
Oh, well, never mind. If you
Shall we
want
use the
them,
Crazy
we
Cat
have got a
ones?
gold pen in that one.
Yeah, there's a gold pen
There
in
is
that
a gold
one.
pen in that
Yeah,
one, so
there's a
it's
gold pen
fine.
there. So
It's
the ones that
fine.
come in the sets, all set of 3, Johnny. You get a set of
We've
3.
just got so many pens. That's
3
what
coppers,
it is.
you got loads, you see, and you get 3 coppers, you get 3 golds, I get 3 silver in a pack. Metallic paint markers, paint markers, metallic paint. Really? Look, metallic paint.
We just do so many paint. And Johnny is very knowledgeable. Johnny, you are very knowledgeable on there. So, yeah, these are metallic markers. It's very, very funny.
Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, we'll hide them. We'll not come back to them anymore. They've caused no bother, have they? That'll teach us to go to pens. Let's see if we've got any
comments, shall we? Let's have a look and see who's on social.
Don't mention pens. There's no pens available now. They've sponsored for everybody. That's it.
She's done. She's done with the pens now. That's it. Done. She's done. Don't worry, Sheena. You've only got 45 minutes and you can go home. Right, Cindy's saying that I've got the original stamps with the grey rubber that I bought the very first time they come out. I love to watch Sheena. She's absolutely brilliant at every craft. I love that. So nice, Cindy, and so nice for Sheena to hear that. Wendy Woodhouse is saying, I still use the brushes that you gave us at the Craftaganza many years ago, Sheena. I think they would have been
the same brushes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Johnny's like, the penny's dropped. He's got it, Johnny.
So we're only going to use metallic markers now for the rest of the show.
That's hilarious.
Just to prove a point.
What was funny about that is he was arguing in my ear, no, that's not the right one. So I was like, yes, it is, Johnny. You never argue with the producer, see, because they're normally always right. Dieta saying, I hang my brushes by the handles when drying. That way the water doesn't deteriorate the glue in the brush head.
Yes, you put them upside. The best way to dry them is upside down. If you can dry a brush like that, that's the safest way to dry them, but it's difficult because you need to think.
Brushes,
so lie them flat.
Coletta is saying that I would love to see the sweet spray demoed. Well, I think we've just done it. I think that was the spray, wasn't it?
That spray, yeah.
That sweet spray? There we go. We've already done that one. Jan is saying that she'd love to see the lavender being painted.
Oh, lavender.
If there's
really?
time. No, we did the lilac earlier.
So easy.
You're wrong again, Johnny.
Yeah.
I think Johnny needs a holiday. Dieta is saying that some of her first purchases from Crafters Companion was Sheena's dyes. Johnny's losing the plot. He's losing the plot.
We've lost Johnny.
Stephanie is saying that, Janelle is saying, Sheena, is it possible to reshape the bristles? That's a good question.
You know, there is something you can do. And one of the things you could do is get some hot water, not completely just off boiling, and put some, actually the best thing is laundry detergent, a little bit in the laundry detergent, and hold your brush into the hot water. And then when it comes out, try and shape it like that.
Oh,
and try. That's about the best you can do to try and do that to get it back
so it is possible, just not ideal.
Not ideal, but it's your best chance of doing
Amazing, thank you very much. Stephanie is saying, I did catch the demos with the stamp this morning. Just amazing, Sheena, in capital letters. Carol is saying, is fusion painting the same as toll painting?
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
that's exactly
it. We were talking about that earlier.
It comes under the folk art banner. And toll painting in the UK, the look that each country develops its own kind of look and style. So in the UK, we know it more as what we call castles and roses, or canal boat painting. You know, where it's like comma strokes. You use the round brush.
That's toll painting.
Sorry?
That's toll painting.
Toll painting, yeah. And you put little commas and you make the roses and things like that. They call it that. But in Europe, they developed different styles, and it was very flamboyant. Rose mailing style from Norway is so flamboyant, swirls and big florals and just gorgeous and much more elaborate. And so this is it. It's just been around for centuries, you know, and that's what it is. It's folk painting is painting for people who aren't artists. It's a teachable way of ordinary people being able to decorate their environment.
Yeah.
Because obviously it wasn't, you can go buy roll of wallpaper back in the day.
No, not at all.
You know,
there wasn't stencils and
that's
things,
it. You would just have to paint it on, and then it would be used with by enamel paints on the barges, on the toll painting to protect the wear as well, or oil paints. So it wasn't acrylics, just nice
Wow.
and clean and easy to do now.
So talking of acrylics, someone has asked, I've lost the comment as going through, but the acrylic paints, can you use for the paint fusion any bottles of acrylic paint as
Yeah,
well?
whatever you've got. If you've got acrylic paint, absolutely, it'll work. If it's thicker, you just need to make it a bit thinner. And actually the flow formula, the liquid one, is even easier to use straight out the thing. Yeah, all good.
Oh, amazing. Me was saying that, wow, I have been painting for 20 years and I've never seen anything like this. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Diana saying those brushes are the best. Good brushes are a must-have. Mary Reno is saying that's my style of storage too, Sheena. I'm assuming your plastic bag. Stephanie is saying, I agree. The metallic markers are fabulous. I got them a while ago and I didn't use them until a few weeks ago. I love them all. Johnny, what you bought me? He's bought me something. Johnny, come onto the camera so people can see you. Hey, look, this is Johnny. That's him, Johnny.
Yay!
He's
Tomorrow
realised.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. They're on tomorrow.
Cartload.
Cartload. That means if they're on cartload, they're on a good deal tomorrow, doesn't it?
From them.
Do we know the deal? Or
No,
we're not giving it? We're not.
Leanne's deal.
Leanne's deal. Thank you, Johnny.
Wow.
He had to prove that he knew what they were. He didn't. He didn't know what they were.
So they did exist. We didn't make
They
them up.
do exist. They're on Cartload tomorrow. And actually, that's a great point because Cartload, I've seen some of the deals out there. They've been laying it all out today. If you love your Spectrum Noir products, we have got the most amazing sale tomorrow night. Our Craig and Leanne are going to be in for a 3-hour extravaganza, so make sure you tune into that. But we're going to go to a demo,
Fabulous.
Sheena.
Lavender, somebody asked for
Lavender, amazing.
Again, on that
oh,
Simply
which is your
Sweet set.
command.
Brilliant. This is so simple. You love this. It's quick. It looks really cute too. So little bit of green, not much. We just need a little bit, hardly any. And I'm going to put a little bit of this brown in again. So the green I'm using is the dark green. It is, oh, I'm not even going to read it. It's about like 50 letters long. Emerald. Emerald. Something emerald.
Oh,
and then
something emerald.
We've burnt umber. Burnt umber I'm good with. The other one. So we'll pop a little bit of brown there to make it a little bit more earthy looking. Yeah. And we'll pop a little bit of white again. Well, actually, you know, this is a great colour as well. Use this but more sparingly because the white, you're going to get that big, huge tube of white. So use that more than this. But if you want a softer colour to mix in, this is lovely, the ivory. We might do another one with that in a minute. But yeah, let's just put white on there for the minute. So we need white there, like that. And we need, look at how tiny the little amounts are I'm putting out there. What I would do, if I was you at home and you're making some cards, do a few lavender all together.
Yes.
Do about 4, and then if you sell them especially, and then move on to, you know, the next one, because you may as well use all your paint up while it's there.
Absolutely,
And it's so quick. So we'll pop a little bit of this, gorgeous, it's a purpley colour. It's Oriental Violet.
Oriental
there you go.
Violet.
Yeah.
Nice names.
Yeah,
I
it's
suppose
nice.
with the lavender, you could fussy cut them out so you can keep them and put them onto any makes.
Absolute
then,
little
couldn't you?
toppers, yeah, absolutely. Oh, they make lovely tags, you know, for a dresser. If you do the tag shape, yeah, really pretty.
If you make lavender
Lovely.
bags,
Lavender
sell at
bags,
craft sales, you could put
perfect.
them on as a little
Yeah,
tag, couldn't you?
really lovely. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of water to this. Actually, I should use my glycerin mix. What?
Also,
There you
we've
go,
got our
that's
twigs,
easier.
and you've
Bit of
stamped
glycerin
with
mix.
what, Sheena?
Fabulous. So a little bit of that. Water this down quite a bit. We'll pick up a little bit of white on it, just a touch.
What have you stamped with here,
I've
Sheena?
stamped with the water reactive, the straw bale again.
straw bale.
And it actually looks like straw, doesn't it,
does,
at the minute?
yeah, it's brilliant.
But can you see how cool that's looking? Nice and kind of twiggy looking. The idea is that we want some nice rustic looking kind of bits that we're going to peg the lavender onto. And the more runny the paint here, the better, the easier it is. So I'm anchoring my hand. Can you see I'm resting my hand to make it easier to do a very light pressure to get these a little bit kind of elegant like that. Can you see? And lifting up.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
just filling that in there like that. So this bit at the top is where we're going to add some lavender little bits and pieces to this to do that. And then just fill that in a little bit more down there, like that. And every one you do is going to look different. It's just, and that's the fun of it. This is it, a little bit darker and a little bit lighter. So a few darker ones, lighter ones, and then we're good. There, that's it. That's the base of your lavender, okay? Easy as that,
Yeah,
done.
amazing.
All that paint, you see what I mean about you might as well do that for a few cards.
Yeah.
You can sell them as notelets, hand-painted notelets. How what a great mark that would be. A little bit of nice card, fold them over, little envelope. So next thing, we're going to add a little bit of this spray to these two here, because I want that a little bit wetter, and I'm using that same teeny little round brush, and I'm going to pick up now. We want this to be, we've got to think about this, the light colour, and then the dark colour, then the light, no, it's the other way around. Anyway, right,
knew that was gonna
so
happen.
basically the last colour that to hit the thing is the one that's going to show. No, we're good. So I'm going to pop the little bit, just the brush like that, on the, I'm not even painting, I'm popping the brush down, and I'm picking up a little bit more white, and where you get that variation is where you're going to get a little bit more natural kind of like little buds on the lavender, just along the side. Not even a brush stroke, Debbie. You see, it's just, they're just dotting them, just like that. Just line the brush as lightly as you can onto those. Just the very tip. We'll put one there. So there, then literally,
it's just like almost like a little dash.
just like a little, yeah, that's it. Like you're hardly even touching the tip of the brush to this little base that you've created earlier. And it just looks like little lavender buds, doesn't it?
And it's the knowing, isn't it, how to do it, because that is so effective, but anybody could do that.
And it's mindful. It's one of those things that is so relaxing to do when you just sitting,
That's amazing.
and just doing
you just
this.
need a light touch, don't
Light
you?
touch, the lightest of touch, and that's it. And it looks really rustic. It looks authentic. It's
Yeah, I
just a
love this.
really pretty little thing I came up with just by, again, playing. Once you get used to the paint and you make the paint work for you, you'll be coming up with little tips and tricks of your own as you're going along. It's just confidence. Once you get going, I go, oh, look what I just did. I invented this one. That's cool. And then just keep going like that.
That is so effective.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Really pretty. Yeah, it's lovely. And obviously, I know that sometimes we make them look really easy, but that is very achievable, very easy to do.
Yeah, and I love that. And there's not a little thing there, but that would look nice there. So let's put a little thing there, and we'll mark it as if there's going to be one there, and I'll put it in afterwards. So you can even do that if you think, oh, I could have done with one there. It would just balance it out nicely. Just
looks like a little wisp anyway, doesn't it?
yeah. So we've got 5, that's okay. But you can put as many as you want, make it as full as you want. And then what you do is you get that brown, if there's still a little bit of brown there, pop that so that it's liquidy again, and just drag it through the white, and then you're going to do just 3 little things like that. Okay?
That's amazing.
And then a little one of those there, so it's like a little tie. And then it looks like you've got your little bits of string on it.
Oh, wow.
And that's your little, so look at how quickly those would be for a little personalised. If you make your own soap, if you make your own candles, anything like that with a little tag, hand painted, handmade by, it's just going to make all the difference. We can pop a little shadow if you want under there, maybe with that Payne's Grey. It's a lovely colour, this Payne's Grey. It's just to ground it, so hardly any Payne's Grey. I'm trying to squeeze the smallest amount out. And then just water it down a lot.
That's a
and
nice
then you can
colour,
just
that.
pop a little bit under there, pop it in there as well, so there's no light showing through these little bits. And then you can just pop a little shadow just to ground it, as if it's just standing there. And it gives it a little bit of a a grounding again. It'll add a bit more to it.
That is amazing. I laugh every time that I say that, because it literally comes together before your eyes and looks incredible.
It's just so pretty, isn't it? And so achievable.
Yeah, it's
so
just
doable.
beautiful.
And that's all done with that teeny little brush there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so amazing. So hope that helped you with seeing the lavender. Looks amazing. Mary Pat saying, Sheena has amazing control of her brush strokes. I could watch her for hours. Me too, Gilmore. Sorry, Mary Pat. Gilmore has said, look at our lovely, look at this lovely creation coming together before at the hands of. Sorry, I can read, but it's the comments are going up as I'm reading it. Look at our lovely creation coming together at the hands of our Sheena. Yeah, absolutely. Mary Pat is saying, I use little dots to create sand and the beach looked like it had measles. I keep working on my heavy hand. That's hilarious, Mary. Lillian's saying the black paint on the mat looks like a wild animal eating fish. Oh, I see the
That
actual
black paint there,
Yeah,
it does
the black
look like,
paint on there,
it looks like it's got teeth and a jaw there.
Oh yeah, it does.
Scaring me a bit,
Yeah.
it's scaring me.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
it's got
a bit,
like a whole thing on that. Oh yeah.
It is a wild animal or a dinosaur.
Ooh, and that's a bit ghostly there, that. Ooh.
Ooh,
Right,
look at
yeah.
that. I love that they're all seeing things in the paint. We've got like a little scared spider that's legs have gone backwards as well with the little blue paint. Jane is saying it's beautiful. Annie is saying that is so delicate. Mary is saying I see a dog with a butterfly on his nose. Yeah, we're always all seeing different things on there. It does look like a dog now with a butterfly on his nose, absolutely. So if you want to go for those paint fusion stamps, how many have gone now, Johnny? 85% have gone. I am so thrilled because you are loving these, which are incredible. We've got 7 designs in this stamp set. You can see them all in front of me here. We've got daisies in here. We've got roses. We've got the poppies. There's so many to choose from. The lilacs, those little ones, lavenders that have just been done. They are beautiful. Absolutely lovely stamps. 7-piece set. Platinum price $37.99 or $47.19. Now we're going to let Sheena set back up, and we're going to get one last demo in the next half hour. So while she's getting set up, why don't you check out your baskets and have a look at this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, $1 or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
The one that was really funny, Ben, you did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan. Can we clip that?
We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafter's Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafters TV. Have you been enjoying the show? It's been an amazing day today. I've had a ball. I've just literally been in awe of watching Sheena with all her painting. Your comments are showing that you all do as well, which is incredible. So we thought we'd squeeze another last demo in and see what Sheena's got in store for us now. What are you going to be using, Sheena? Love the daisies, yes. Johnny liked the daisies as well. That was incredible.
Yeah, we did the daisies earlier on black cut. I thought we'd do them on white this time to give you a different look. So I've already stamped the full round daisy just for time, and now I'm going to ink up a couple of these ones that are kind of on the side. Okay, so it's kind of like kind of a sideways view of a daisy, and it looks more natural that way. You've got more interest. It just looks a better composition than all just straight on. So we'll pop a couple of those there, put that one up there. So we've got a nice trio of daisies, and then we'll pop in the leaves as well at this stage. So we'll take that. You know what, I haven't even shown the practice sheets yet. I'm sure we haven't even shown them. We've talked about it, but we need to, so I'll show you what they look like and show you how they work. So I'm going to pop some leaves in now as well. I'm just using that straw bale just because I want a pale colour that I can cover over quite easily. That's basically it. So pretty neutral. Hopefully I'll be able to disguise that when I paint and you won't see them. So you've got leaves that go in both directions, which is good, which is what you want, again, to give it more of a natural look. So I've done two facing right, and I'm going to do this last one facing to the left, and I'm varying the height of them as well to make them look a little bit more interesting. So that's the stamping out of the way. I'm going to pop them back on there. But when you get these stamps, it's a system, it's a formula. So it's not just about the stamps, it's about this other bit that's in your pack. So this is what you're going to get, and you think, oh, right, stamps, yeah, cool. Because if you look at them as well, you can use them just as stamps. You don't have to fusion with them. They're just normal daisy patterns. The rose is a little bit different, and they're simply sweet, a little bit different, but this looks like what it is. But you also get this here, which is your practice sheet. And what you're going to do, I can't find my acetate, I've popped it to one side, but basically what you're going to do is tape a little bit of your construction acetate, the best one, over the top, and you literally paint on top of these brush strokes with the construction acetate on there. Yep. And then you paint, do all the practice, and then you wipe it off. You just wipe it and do it again. And so that's your practice sheet. It's not just to look pretty, it's so that you're going to paint over and do a little bit of practice before you go to your project. And then you're all confident going, right, I've got it, because you're painting literally where I've painted. So it's like, stabilizers on the bike. But now we're going to paint these daisies. And I think we'll start with the leaves, and we're going to use the flat brush, that 1/2 inch flat brush. So I'm going to wet it as you always do, and then just take out the excess water. We're going to pick some paint again. We'll use that dark green where they're right in front of me. And we'll pop a little bit of the, maybe pop a little bit more, that made a little bit more, of that yellow ochre colour in, which will make it a little bit warmer because it's quite a cool green. And then we're going to drop a little bit of our colour, our little glycerin mix, from the little bottle there. Pop that on there and give it a smush together with the brush that come with the paints, and just to mix that colour in and to make it a little bit more kind of pliable, a little bit more less rigid, like stiff, heavy-bodied. It's more of a towards a flow formula kind of thickness. So we can add a little bit more of that in there, actually, just a touch more. And it's a great little applicator for that. It's perfect. I thought, wow, everything's set up for paint fusion. I love it. So we'll pop there, just clean that, take that paint off there. And I'm going to pop another colour. Shall we try this ochre instead of the white for a change? Let's do, oh, that's the wrong one, not ochre. I meant, do you notice we're really cool in a monologue? I told you my noises are letting me down completely because my mouth's saying one thing. That's, of course, I'd love to clean up today. That's great. Let's do that. Right? And then actually come out with a noise going, oh. Oh, seriously?
I love it. I like that you do those noises.
Yeah, it's not good though, Debbie. It's like, you know, it gives the game away all the time.
Yeah, there's no hiding.
There's no
your
hiding that,
expression, is
no.
there?
I'm not sure if I like that, but we'll try it. We'll see. But that's the point, is we can just keep giving it a try. I should have probably watered that down a little bit. You know, the thing is keep mixing it up, experiment. Basically, to make this work with on the one brush. Oh, you see what I've done there? Right, this is good. I did this for your sake. This is my gift to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm very generous like this, often. Clearly wrong. I've got the light on the dark side, right? Don't try and make the better of it and go over there and go, oh, I'll just blend it out. You've got to clean the brush. Just clean the brush. For the amount of paint that's on there, get rid of it. Pick up again on one side and on the other side, and then get it right this time.
Right.
Okay, so that's just what to do. So dark side, light side.
Don't go to the dark side.
Dark side, it's like wax on, wax off. Dark side, light
Charlotte's
side.
got a good question actually. She's
Yeah.
asking how you can learn the pressure of your strokes.
Ah, brilliant. Oh,
Yes.
it's such a classic question. Well, here's the thing. All of these stamps were paintings before there were stamps.
Yeah.
So all of them started as me freehand painting all of these elements, which means I used the brush, say a 1/2-inch flat brush, and I painted them exactly with that same brush that it says on your instructions. Use a 1/2-inch flat brush, so you know that that's the level of pressure to use. If you can cover my brush strokes, that's exactly what the pressure needs to be. And that's the point. If you don't have paint fusion, you don't know. It's all subjective. Somebody's heavy pressure might be like, whoa, seriously, you know, you're nearly like taking the desk away there. And someone else may just like hardly touch the card and think, well, that's heavy pressure. It's, you know, what's heavy pressure to one person isn't to the other. But
Yeah.
if you use the guides on there and use the brush I've said and use the stamps that are there, everything's the right pressure to make those work. If you're filling those brush
Right.
strokes in, that's the pressure you need. Yeah.
Good to know.
So
And a
we'll
little
pop
bit of
this-
practice.
Yeah. So we'll pop that there like that, and see I'm just like wibbly wobbling here. So every time you do these, you're going to change the colours might vary slightly. So this is quite vivid, it's quite a bright colour scheme. The one I did earlier, which was much more muted, you can change that. That's a little bit dry. I'm going to pop a little bit more water in there. In fact, I keep putting the spray bottle down and losing it. There you go. Not like I've got a mess or anything. See, that's what that's for, that little channel on that thing, isn't it?
Amazing.
Ah, it's like it was designed for it and everything. So, I can't remember what I was saying then. I was saying something, wasn't I?
About you're doing you did it. This one's more vivid than your last one.
Yes, thank you. It was a test and you passed.
I passed. I was
Yay.
listening. Yes,
So
I
that's
tried
exactly-
to engage. I do try.
That's exactly what it was, Debbie. And so what you do is just change the colour scheme to match the place it's going to. So if you're painting it for someone who likes more muted colours, you can even do it in monochrome if you want, or, you know, dull the colours down. So for example, if you put a little bit of red in the green, it'll make it much duller, right? But this is
Okay,
going to be
yeah.
quite vibrant. This is quite a poppy kind of, not poppy, it's daisy, but you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
so now what I'm going to do, actually before I paint the daisies, I'm going to just paint those stems in. I may as well when that green's there. So we'll use a little bit of that, and we'll pop this about maybe here. So, and we can go over this again later, but it's just going to map out where I'd like those stems to go. We'll have that one coming down like that, and possibly, yeah, that'll do. And then this one coming round like this.
I suppose
and then
it's
you
just
can-
following that direction of where you think they're going to start and end, isn't it?
You what, sorry, Debbie?
It's just working out where they're going to start
Yes,
and where
exactly.
they will end.
And then where they would kind of, where they're curving, where they're going towards. So that's that bit. The next bit is we're going to create that base colour. So we're going to use a little bit of this Payne's Grey, which is that neutral colour, and it's quite strong. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of white in with it as well, just to lighten it slightly. But we're doing an undercoating and underpainting here for these
Right.
daisies. And we're going to use the smaller brush this time. We're going to use that smaller flat brush. What I want to do is I want to smush these two colours together and it doesn't actually, you know what, if we've got some lighter bits and darker bits, it doesn't matter because it'll look cooler that way. So wet your brush, take off some of the excess, and we're not even going to put more than one colour on the brush this time. We're literally just going to do that, and we're going to pull down like this and start painting petals. They're really dark. Oh, I've scared myself a bit with how dark these are. I maybe should have stopped one demo earlier.
I do love that colour though.
But you know what? It'll look interesting. We'll see. We'll see what I say. Yeah. So we'll pop that. So what I'm doing, can you see? I'm not doing it. If you work around and do one at the top and then go around and round and round, you end up with a pinwheel, which you don't want. Okay.
Right.
Because it does, just one petal will then overlap the next petal, and it's not how they grow. It looks very artificial. Great if you want to do a pinwheel, but not great for what we're doing here. Now this, I'm not as worried about making these perfect, which is a good thing because they don't look it. I'm just speed painting. Spend the time where you need to when you're doing the other bits, all right? Which is the top layer. So this is going to go on. So what I'm paying mind to here is that these side petals are much longer than the ones at the top and the bottom, because those are foreshortened. Can you see? You're looking across them. Yeah. It actually is a nice colour. I like that. It's
a really lovely
very
colour.
modern, designery kind of
Absolutely.
grey, isn't it? Lovely. And that's it. You can just totally change up,
Yeah.
make them much more kind of contemporary by changing the colour schemes than if you don't want to make them look as traditional folk art, where you've got a crackled background and distressed look. So continuing like this, so shorter brush strokes like that. So these are just serving as kind of the underpainting for the white, which is going to come
I
next.
mean, they look amazing just in that colour.
It looks quite nice just like that, doesn't it? So it may still be a little bit too wet, but we'll give it a try. So I'm going to pop some white out there. And we're going to pick up, we don't want this too diluted. We need this to be quite nice and thick and opaque, because we also want it to kind of form little ridges, and it makes like little, the sides kind of like curve around, and it looks like a natural petal. It starts to, you see that's still wet there, but I think we're okay. Can you see how now it's shading the petals?
Yeah, it's
it
amazing.
looks like veins in the petal, and that's exactly what we want to happen. So moving around again, press down, quite heavy pressure, and keep it not in that pinwheel fashion.
And shows how that pigment layers on top, even being
Yeah.
white.
Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it? And you see you get those little ridges when you use the paint thicker, and it looks really nice. It gives it a lovely texture, as if the petals are actually folding around on themselves. It really sculpts them,
Yeah, it's
sort of.
beautiful.
So that's the main one. It's going to be different when we get in the middle in it. I'm just keep cleaning that brush because I am picking up some of the colour underneath because it's still wet, but that's nice. It's mixing it in for you. It's doing a shading on the petal, because, you know, painting white is really difficult. You rarely just, if you put white on white, you can't see it. It's just but that's not how it is. You get greys and blues reflected in it, and that's how you paint white with it, like a watercolor. You have to put a colour down to make it suggest white.
It's so relaxing to watch.
It's lovely, and now I'm speeding up. Yeah, you know, you don't have to go this fast. You literally can just take your time, be deliberate with every brush stroke, and it is a very mindful, relaxing thing to do.
Yeah.
It's you do get lost in it, absolutely. And like that lady said earlier, just be warned that no surface is safe once you do this. Once you start it and you think, wow, I can do that. If it's going to be if it can be decorated, and inexpensive things like containers in the kitchen, get yourself some black gesso, white gesso, paint over whatever advertising logos on there, and upcycle them, repurpose them, and they make great container gifts and things. It doesn't have to be bespoke containers and things that you buy to paint up, although we might have that covered coming up as well, just saying. So we see this one here. If you want those petals to be a bit whiter, you can go over the darker ones again, just to build, just not everyone, because I quite like that shading that we've got going on, but don't feel you can't do that as well. So the next bit we're going to do is the center, and this is where that brush, the mixer brush, like kind of messy brush here that we've got here, is going to come in great. And I'm going to use some brown, a little bit brown, not much at all, and we'll pop a little bit of yellow in there. We'll use that ochre colour, which is a less vibrant yellow, more the mustardy kind of yellow.
Yeah.
And we'll take, so we'll stipple with the brown like this. So you want the brush absolutely dry when you do this, and you're just going to pounce in the centre, and it looks kind of like pollen in the middle.
Like
oh, in fact, oh no, yeah.
So amazing.
And then that there, and we'll make that a little bit more domed. Can you see how I've done a little kind of a C kind of shape? Yeah?
Yeah.
And then
That's
we're going to
incredible.
dry that, and we can pick a little bit of this ochre colour up on the side of the brush and pounce that just on kind of the top if you can, and it gives it that highlight. It makes it look like you've got the light and the sun shining on. There's just that top little bit there, and it kind of emphasises that domed shape. There you go. And then you've got your daisies painted just like that. And what you can do, what will look really cool, Debbie, is I've got this from one of the card sets. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that
Oh,
there.
that's what we've got on the show tonight.
Yeah,
That's
we have,
our
yeah.
garden party.
Yeah, cool. I've got the, yes, absolutely. So I'm thinking I'm not going to stick it together because, you know, we've got, I think time's running out anyway, but we can pop that there, and then imagine the daisies just on there.
Look at
So
that.
this is where you're going to use your other.
That looks amazing. Look how high end that looks. That is something that you would buy in a boutique and pay at least £5 for. It's amazing.
And that's how when worlds collide in a really good way, because the Crafter's Companion element with the fabulous dies and pretty embellishments, and then the fusion on top of that, wow, I just love that. I would
That's
buy that.
amazing.
That's sellable. They're the things that hand-painted card,
Yeah.
hello. And if you sell your cards and, you know, you could put that, you can paint these on a candle, direct onto a candle. I should mention that.
Wow.
You don't have to
Oh.
use a paper or anything on, you know, sometimes you can put tissue paper on a candle,
Yeah.
but you got to be careful if you're going to burn them because that can be a bit dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah. But with these, you can actually literally stamp and paint the acrylic paint
Wow.
onto a candle. So you could have a whole little gift thing collection, a tag, a card, candle. Wow.
That's amazing. Right, Sheena, if you can gather your bits together so we can do a quick vote of the show. I can't believe we're coming towards the end of the show. It has gone so quickly the last couple of hours. And normally, because we're all a bit tired towards the end of the day, sometimes they feel like the shows are longer. But actually, tonight has blown by, which has been incredible. So how many makes have you got for us, Sheena?
Well, are we going to do that one? Because it was just part of a thing. Not
We
really.
could do your finished card.
We'll leave that one.
Didn't you have a
Yeah,
finished one?
the finished
You
card.
could
Go on
pop
then.
the finished
Put the card in.
Yeah.
So we've got the card.
Lovely.
That's number one. All right. Number two, the little
Beautiful.
bouquet. I need to move that a little bit of wiggle so you can see
yeah,
that.
nice.
Yeah, with the pens that Johnny couldn't find, just saying, just moving on. And then we've got the lavender. Yeah, simple as that. Or we've got the daisy. That was just
Absolutely
painted.
gorgeous. Now, there
So-
is a daisy one that's gone into earlier show, but if you want to choose the daisy again, that's absolutely fine. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. So take your pick and then you'll be able to, then we'll do a vote of the day. Now the paints, if you wanted to get those paints and be creative like Sheena's been doing, we've got the amazing acrylic paints on which are just beautiful. Now there's 20 paints in this pack plus an extra 100 ml of the white paint, so you're actually getting 21 in total, plus a brush in this set. This is extraordinarily priced, a really good saving of 10%. Platinum price £24.40 or $32.80. It is dispatching on the 29th of April, so a little bit of a delay, but actually it's only a week, so it's not too bad at all. Now the brushes, if you want to purchase those today, we've got the 5 Royal and Langnickel brushes, absolutely incredible. I think these are, for me, the buy of the day, £7.99 or £6.39 in if you're platinum price, which is exceptional, and really good quality brushes. Now, if you want the stamps that Sheena's been using throughout the day, we've also got the stamps, and they are incredible. You are getting 7 different stamps on them. You can see them all in front of me here. We've gone to over 85% of these stamps, which is amazing. Platinum price £37.99 or $47.19. Right, so many people Stella commenting on that. Valerie's saying, such a fantastic artist. Wow. Lisa is saying, I'm late tonight, but I want to say to Sheena, you are a wonderful artist. I've never been confident with painting with oils, acrylics or watercolours, but you have inspired me to give it a try. That's so nice.
Oh,
Thank
brilliant.
you, Lisa.
That's the best thing I can hear. That's
It's so nice,
excellent.
isn't it? Annie's saying, I love those leaves. Michelle is saying, you make me want to buy everything or break my canvas out and paint. Susie is saying, Rachel said the same. It's watching Sheena makes me want to get my paints out and give it a go. Rosalind's saying, wow, Sheena, you're amazing. My husband has just been talking to me for the last 2 minutes. I haven't heard a word he said. Oh my God, wow, looks so unreal. Mary's saying, absolutely stunning, Sheena. Annie is, oh my God, that is stunning. Jane, oh wow, gorgeous. Mary is saying, oh wow, that is absolutely stunning. Valerie's saying, oh, I love this. And demo of the show goes to number 1.
Number 1, the card.
Da, da,
Da.
Right, now we need demo of the day, Sheena.
Of the day?
Of the day.
Oh.
So we need your other 2 mates, which
I've
I think was
forgotten
your
now, what
rose
was it?
and the daisy.
Yes.
So, and then we're going to put numbers to those, and people are going to vote 1, 2
Oh.
or 3.
Right, I'm confused now. Just tell
That's
me what
okay.
to do.
Shall I go over and grab them? So let me
Yeah.
go over and grab them. There we
Right.
go. So we want these 2
Yeah.
and your card of the day. Oh,
What's
that
this one?
Yes.
That one. Right,
Let's
now I
have that
get
one.
it now. Yes,
right.
all right. Phew.
So let's do them then. So these are just, even looking at them close up, wow. Number 1 is our rose. Absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. It's so amazing. Number 2, believe me, that is not a photograph. This was painted. Go back and watch the 2 p.m. show. It's incredible. Number 2 is the daisy. So number 1, the rose. Number 2, the daisy. Number 3, the dragonfly. 1, 2 or 3. So get voting. We've only got a minute to get those votes in. I can't get over that. I just cannot get over that. It's so amazing. Honestly, to see them close up like this, it really does look like photographs. Absolutely amazing. Right, we do have some other things that we're showing you throughout the show. Our Colourable Create A Cards. You've got your 6-piece collection here, but in that 6 pieces, you're getting 25 stamps and 24 dies. Amazing set. It's the best price we've ever had. Platinum price £40 or $48. Absolutely beautiful. Right, the garden party with that last demo that Sheena showed with that edgeable, which is beautiful. Look at the price on this. Wow, this has got to be the best price we've had. We're saving £59.90 or $75.50, £20 platinum price for all of that. You've got stamps, stencils, dies, embossing folders. That's incredible. Oh, $25.60 platinum price. Now, if you love your water marker pens, we've got the Aqua markers. You're getting all sets of these 12 markers in all those different colours. 36 pens in total for the collection. £65, £52 if you're platinum price. Amazing. You know how we love a tool, a bundle. We have a hero tool. This has got all sorts of tools in here that you absolutely need if you're crafting. It's got your pokey tool, you've got card in there, you've got a tape pen, you've got your brush as well. You've also got your low-tack tape, which is incredible. $13.99 or $23.59 platinum, which is amazing. Demo of the show. Oh, we haven't got it yet. We're still demo of the day. Oh no, demo of the show. That's today. So we still need demo of the day. Still waiting for that. Right, coming up tomorrow, we've got an amazing day. So we've got Craig and Michelle in for Wake Up Call. We've then got Craig and Michelle for a craft along, which is going to be incredible. Roaring 20s tomorrow, which is going to be beautiful. And then tomorrow, Leanne's coming in to do a 3-hour cart load, which is a Spectrum Noir cart load. It's wrapping up all of our Colour Me Happy week, but honestly, there is some amazing deals in that, which is incredible. Oh, we have got one. We've got, yes, of course, number 2 goes through day. It's got to. That is the most phenomenal demo I have ever seen. I mean, honestly, just absolutely amazing. Look at that. I mean, it just looks like, even Charlotte said to me, it looks like a photo. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you for all your lovely comments today. Incredible welcome to Sheena. Sheena, thank you so much for the most amazing day. I've loved it.
Thank you, everybody.
Love spending time with you. Have you had a good time?
Oh, it's been a lovely time. I love it. It's
Brilliant.
great. Fab.
Amazing. I won't see you for a while because I don't know if I told you, but I'm going on holiday.
Really?
Yes, yes.
You should have told me.
I know. I'm
what
sorry.
a shame we haven't got
It's
time
going
to
to be
talk
quite
about
a few
it.
weeks that I won't see you
Oh,
for.
if you'd said earlier, we could have talked about it for most of the day, really.
I know. But don't worry, you lot, because I could tell them for the next 3 days. Like, I'm back in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I'll be telling you all about my holiday if you haven't heard. But thank you, Sheena. Thank you. I love you to bits. It's been amazing. I love you all out there. Thank you so much for joining us. I won't see you tomorrow, but Craig and Michelle will, and our Leanne. So bye for now. Have a good evening.